Hey viewers! Thanks for tuning in for another Nutri-Tips quick tip. I'm Adam, dietitian and personal trainer, bringing you today's nutrition tip on to eat or not to eat organic food. First off, what is organic food? Organic food is the same food you would typically buy at the grocery store, however with a guarantee that it was grown or raised without synthetic chemicals such as fertilizers or pesticides, and free of hormones and antibiotics. There are some pretty strict criteria that must be met to be considered organic, and they all use the organic label, and this process is voluntary. Keep in mind that the criteria is going to change from country to country though. So what's that mean to the consumer? Well, some say organic food tastes better, is more nutritious, and is better for the environment. But at 2 times the cost of conventional food, is it worth that cost? Maybe. Let's take a closer look at some of the products I found on our trip to the store. Let's hop in the car and go check out our local Walmart and see what they have there. Alright guys, let's take a little trip to the store and see what we can find for organic and conventional foods. Whoa, almost double the cost. Woo! That was a fun trip to the store. So far we saw a little difference in the foods that we looked at while at Walmart, but we also saw a higher price tag on the organic foods compared to their equivalent counterparts. Okay, so what's the research have to show? We like looking at research, right? In one review by Crystal Smith Spangler et al., they found no difference in vitamin or nutrient content between organic and conventional foods, besides a higher level of phosphorus and total phenols in organic foods. So you have to remember though that the research is comparing total amounts between 2 different products and not if it's necessarily beneficial to your health. So in other words, the higher amount of phosphorus and phenols that came from that organic food may not be beneficial to your health at all. Another paper by Amrit Simone et al. Found similar results as well. Okay, so if it's not necessarily more nutritious now, it must at least be safer for us, right? All of those pesticides can't really be good for us after all. In a review by John Rangold and Jonathan Wachter, they found that children consuming organic products did have lower levels of pesticide residue in their urine compared to conventional foods. Hey, that's a big plus, right? So in this case, yes, eating organic foods means you're not consuming pesticides with your food, which does seem safer, right? That may just be, honestly, the reason you need to pay that extra cost at 2 times the cost of the organic food. But Smith Spangler et al. Argued that the amount of pesticide residue from conventional foods that they found in people's urines would not exceed the max safe limits. So even though we're finding pesticide residues in people's urine, it's not really toxic or dangerous to you. Yeah, so as always, nothing in nutrition is easy or black and white. But what about the environment? Yes, I will eat organic food to save the earth that I live on, right? Wait. Does organic food actually protect the environment? Let's look at the research again. According to Renegold and Wachter, organic farming doesn't contaminate the earth with pesticides, nice, and toxic chemical residues. Hey, that sounds pretty good to me. They also found that organic farming, had much less nitrogen leaching and nitrogen runoff. That's a big plus to our earth, right? Okay, so let's recap really quick. Organic foods are grown or raised without the use of synthetic chemicals, hormones, or antibiotics. Organic and conventional foods have similar levels of vitamins and nutrients. Organic foods tend to cost 2 times more than their conventional counterparts. Conventional foods tend to leave pesticide residues in your body, which organic foods do not, big plus. And organic foods tend to be more environmentally friendly, if that's a concern for you, right? So what's your choice going to be? This is the big question. Now you're at the store, are you gonna pick the organic or the non-organic blueberries like we saw at Walmart? The organic or non-organic spinach, which tend to be side by side a lot of the times. Some grocery stores, I noticed this at Sam's Club and also at Schnucks, where I live in St. Louis, Missouri, will only sometimes have an organic option if the price is the same as a conventional food. So if the conventional equivalent costs the same as the organic, they're only gonna give you the organic option, and you'll see that more and more, I think, as we go forward. And also in this case, your choice is easy. There's only the organic option to choose. But if you're concerned about your food, its nutrient content, and the safety to you and your family, I suggest looking a different direction, possibly look at local food options. Okay, so there's something different. Local foods, whether organic or conventional, tend to be picked at their ripest moment because they're grown locally. They don't have to be shipped in containers or trucks millions of miles over to your local store. You also may be limited though on what you can choose, so that's a downside. But because they're picked at the ripest, this means that they have the highest amount of nutrients, and if you visit the actual farm that you're gonna buy them from, and maybe talk to their farmer to have you walk around and show him his process or her process, you'll be able to know exactly what they're using on their foods, how they're using it, what chemicals they use, and so forth, and you'll have a very good understanding of where your food is coming from directly to your table and to your and your family's mouths. So, on the other hand, if your main worry is the environment and you don't mind spending the extra few bucks, I'd say go organic or ideally locally grown organic to really minimize that transportation time of the food. Either way, it's more important that you get your daily dose of fruits and veggies regardless of being organic and inorganic. And as always, contact the dietitian for more information on this topic, and thanks for watching. See you next time!